Hey everybody, today I've got my Craftsman 5.0 24-inch snowblower, and we got some snow and I went to go do my neighbor's yard and I hit her newspaper. When I hit her newspaper, this auger threw the newspaper back into the other one and got jammed. So I had to remove the chute, and the newspaper was jammed in here. Not good. I had to cut it out, and it also broke my belt. So we are going to get in here and take and change the belt. So first thing you're going to need to do is this cover sits just like that. There's a screw here and a screw over here. You take those two screws out so you can get the cover off, and then you have access to the belt. Now the problem with this is down in here, there's no room to slide the belt in, or I just slide the belt in. We're going to actually have to unbolt the front of the machine from the back of the machine to get the belt in. And while we're here, we're going to go ahead and change the drive belt also, since we'll have it apart. So you don't really need to take this piece out, but I had to take this piece out to get the stuck newspaper out. So we've already got the newspapers out, so we're just going to continue on. I'm going to go ahead and take this off and get this out of here. And then the next step is we are going to go ahead and take these nuts off on this side, nuts on the other side, put a block of wood underneath here so we can separate the two halves. So let me get some tools, we'll start taking it apart, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, I got G Junior here pulling the nuts off this side. We put two 2x4s underneath to try to get this up. So he's getting the bolts out right now. We might need another, do we have another 2x4? I don't see one around. Is it ready to come off?
Well, I just got one more.
All right, well, hold on. Let me take and hop over here on the other side of the rack. All right, go ahead. He's got one bolt nut left. All right, you want to grab the motor part. I'll try to slide this forward. Grab that part. Got it? Okay, so we also have this unbolted, but we need to disconnect that. Can you, all right, well here, let's just, obviously the 2x4s did not work. All right, can you lean it forward, please?
Up?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this spring, if it will come off of here. Oh, they definitely made it so the spring doesn't come off. All right, I'm gonna need two hands. We're gonna need to disconnect this spring, but actually right now, if we wanted to, we could easily get the belt in here. Let me get the spring off. It'll slide the auger piece off and give you all a better view of everything. All right, so we disconnected the control cable for the front auger. As you see, it has an idler pulley, a big pulley, and then it actually does have a brake. Here, grab that. So when you take and you can see here, it's free, it's moving, it feels good. All right, the bearings feel good in it. At least it does feel good. I have it down on the table, so I've looked through. It appears that I have ordered the correct belts for this machine. The auger belt, does it even have a number on the belt? It actually doesn't have a number on the belt, but I do believe this was the number I ordered for the belt for this. So this belt is going to go around here and underneath the brake. All right, and then this will go around the motor right here. So since we're going to be working on the motor, I'm going to disconnect it. Okay, so now we also want to change this belt here. Now this is going to be a little bit more tricky to change. it looks like I'm going to have to pull this Carter key here to get this piece take it out. I don't see another way
Unless you take that out, just nut, but that
to
might
get the
take
belt
them
off.
fully off.
Well, I know we can get the belt off up here. That's easy, okay? That's pretty easy. So now, actually the belt's off right now. Oh, I got it. So there's that belt. So this spin, this is what gives you your gears. This is on the axle and this turns. So when you engage the different gear, this rubber piece here slides on this disc. It's almost kind of like a record player. This is the record and this is the needle. So the more it moves in, the faster it goes. So let's make sure we have the right belt for this. This is the other belt I bought, and it looks like it's about the right size. Here is the part number for that belt there. So I think the hardest part of getting this belt back on is going to be getting it by the rubber wheel here. But once I get it by the rubber wheel, it should be good to go. Oh, there we go. I'm by the rubber wheel. So now I just have to get the belt. I'm past the rubber wheel. I am now on this. I'll have to push the idler. Am I on this all the way? Yeah, it feels like I'm on it all the way. So that tightens it, that loosens it. And maybe I'll have to get it up on this one here first. Now this is a new belt, so it's definitely going to fit a lot tighter. Unless this is the wrong size belt. I got the other belt off nice and easy. Let's see. Oh, let's try that. Maybe that's what's keeping me from going. Let's see which way. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, we have the spark plug disconnected. So I'm just going to try to pull the engine over to get the belt popped on. And there's the belt's popped on. Release that. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, am I on the wrong side of that? No, it was like that. It can't go like that. It's got to go like this. The belt is so loose. What has happened here? Was that the way the belt was routed?
Yeah.
It was? Okay. It seems like, why is this so loose though? It shrinks this way. I don't know, I'm gonna have to go back on the video and just double check I'm putting the belt on the right way, because this seems kind of loose. Oh, maybe because this is floppy. Or what gear do you have it in? You have it in high. Let me see. Oops, wrong one. Oh, there we go. Maybe that's why. Here, let me push this back on this side. All right. So when you go to is it now? Is it tight now or is it loose?
Loose.
So that should be slipping, okay, and then that engages. But why is this belt so loose? All right, we're gonna have to go back and look at the video and make sure I have this belt routed right. I almost can't believe I can't remember. Maybe this belt is actually too big. See how loose it is? And this is the belt that was on it. So let me pop this belt back off and we'll take a look and make sure they're the right sizes. And I'll look back through the video and make sure I have it routed right. I'm not sure if I have it routed right. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, I'm an idiot. I put the belt on right, but I had it on the wrong side of this. So we will do this again. Is the lens dirty? Let me wipe you off real quick. All right. Oh, here, hold the light. So let's try this again. The new belt slides in and then goes past your rubber wheel. So once it gets past the rubber wheel, that's half the battle. Okay, so now we're past the rubber wheel. Then it goes on here. Then it goes on the lower pulley, and then it goes on this side of that. And now, see which way is the motor pull? The motor pulls this way. So now it's on there right. So it's supposed to fit like that. So when you go to engage the plate, it starts to work. But I just went back and looked, and that's the way it's supposed to be. No, it's still not. I still have it on wrong. I still have it on wrong. It's the other way. This stretches this way and goes over on this end. Why do I keep putting it on wrong? There we go. That's how it's supposed to go. See how the spring now is stretched? So that's the routing of the belt. I don't know why I keep thinking it's going the other way. That is the way the belt goes. So now when you engage, everything's nice and tight. So that is taken care of. All right, we have this belt installed and taken care of. So now we have to move the auger piece. We're probably going to have to hook the belt on first and then let it down to try to line it up. So, are you ready? All right, let's lift up. Let's hook the belt. Belt is hooked. All right, now let's try to get the bolts, get your bolts lined up and slid in. All right. So as you can see, we hooked the new belt here for the auger and just slid it in, and now G Junior is putting the nuts and bolts with the lock washers on. I'll go ahead and get this side started for him too. Get one of the upper ones. All right, you can probably set it down now. Just go ahead and set it down. There we go. Alrighty, everybody. So on this machine, it's so much easier to take and pull the whole auger off to put all the belts on. And I don't know why I kept having a brain fart of not putting this belt on the right side of the idler, but it is. Now you can see this idler's cocked, but it is so loose where it mounts here. There's nothing you can do about it. So there's actually nothing wrong with this. It's just, it is what it is. Same way with this one. All right, so all we have to do now, go ahead and tighten them up. Is all right, we got all that tight. So now we're going to put the cover back on here, which is a screw here and a screw over here. We also we have to hook this back up. No problem. Don't forget to hook up your control cable. The control cable hooks up into your idler to pull on it to engage the belt. I hope that's still all together, isn't it? It's awful tight. All right, well, hopefully we'll come back after we we're gonna take and put that control cable on to make sure everything's working properly. And when we come back, we'll make sure everything's okay before we put it together. Oh, you can see some of the newspaper that fell apart that was still in the auger. All right, well, we had to take this belt just seems way too tight. So we took it back apart to look at it, but I figured out somebody must have adjusted this belt up tighter. So what we need to do is we need to loosen the idler to make it loose, so the belt will have some slack to it. So when you go to pull the trigger to engage it, it'll engage. So we're gonna loosen that up right now. Let's see. All right. Could you go get me the Snap-on 14 wrench? I don't want to strip this bolt out. Oh, we can. All right, can you hold the camera for me? Did you get those other 2 bolts in?
No.
All right, let me.
Just one.
All right, just hold on. Let me see. All right, we're gonna have to take the front of the. No, that's not gonna help us any. I don't want to strip this bolt. Oh, there we go. All right. So I'm gonna. Take this bolt and this nut all the way out to see if I can have to move it to the other position. Let's see. Oh yeah, see there's 2 positions. So I had to take it completely apart to put it in the outside position. Now we have slack. This belt that we have is not stretched. So we're gonna move it to that position there, and now we'll have slack. While we were trying to figure out what was going on, like I said, the belt had broken, so I wasn't sure of the routing on this one, but that should be loose enough now. And G Junior is hooking up that. So once we get that hooked up, we have the spring hooked up, we'll be able to try it. So we'll be back, we'll put this on the ground, we'll tighten everything back up, and then we'll give it a try. Alrighty, well, we got it all back together. So this cover just goes back on with a bolt there and a bolt there, and we bolted the chute back on. We had to move the idler over because this belt was a little bit too tight. So we're gonna go ahead and fire it up and see if everything works. Now, you be sure, it might try to, go ahead. Oh yeah. The auger belt is a little bit tight. It's moving. Go ahead and squeeze it. I let off of it. What about the gear? Will the gear move? Hold on. Okay, well that one belt is a little too small, as you can see the smoke coming out. Alright, go ahead and cut it off. The auger belt is a little too small, and I know I have it routed right. So we even gave it that little extra room over here. So I guess we got the wrong auger belt. We're gonna have to buy the right auger belt. So it's not that hard to put on. You just bust the 4 bolts loose. We won't have to take the chute off or anything stupid like that. Or we can just let it run and let the belt wear in. So this is kind of a fail. You all love fails. So the belt's the wrong size. I looked it up by the model and serial number, and that's the belt that says that's supposed to fit, but it looks like it's just a little bit too small. All right, everybody. Well, thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe. You can always do that in that corner. Please give me a thumbs up if you like my and more videos. And sorry, this seems to be in a fail. The belt's the wrong size, but at least you get the gist of how to put a belt on a Craftsman lawnmower. All righty, we'll catch you on the next one. All righty, everybody. A little bonus footage on the snowblower belt problem. So I do believe I figured out what the snowblower belt problem is. So first thing is this is the belt that broke. And we went ahead and measured it, and it's like 34.75 inches long. So I got another belt. This belt here is the same length, basically, on the outside, you know, the outside diameter. So it's the same length. This is the problem. If you can see in here, let me lay these belts up. The original belt is a lot skinnier, there we go, than the new belt. So I've let that one belt, you know, melt down a little bit, and it's beginning to wear in and work. But the problem is this is supposed to be the right replacement belt for this one, but obviously it is not made right. This belt is supposed to be a 754-0430, but it is not the right one. This is an aftermarket belt made by Hackatop, which is, you know, Chinese belt, not made right. I'm gonna try to find the original equipment MTB belt to see if it's got this. The problem is I have to order one, and they're very difficult to find. And I don't know if I want to spend the money on one. So probably I'll just go ahead and let this belt burn down, you know, burn it down slowly. And I did it last night, and it's slowly wearing in, and it's still working good. So that's what I think we're gonna end up doing, is just let that belt burn down. But and then another thing I found out is I went online. I don't have the instruction book to this one because I bought this machine used. That they show this belt, which is the 754-0343. They're claiming that this is the auger belt when it is actually the drive belt. And then the drive belt, they don't have a part number. So the parts listing I have does not show all the belt part numbers. So we're kind of screwed there too. But at least I got a belt on there that's gonna work. So there you have it. If you have one of these machines, you might have the wrong belt. So
Oh well.
I don't know what to do. You know, it's like I can't seem to find the right belt. I'm gonna try to find the right MTD made belt to see if it takes care of this problem. But that's why the belt doesn't work, is because the belt's not made right, or I don't know. You know, I don't know why. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching the bonus footage, and we will catch you on the next one.